Shavua Tov, almost, as we get ready for Havdalah for this week. This is, I believe, our fourth time together on a Saturday night as we bring Shabbat to an end and prepare for the rest of the week. So we're going to go back today to our traditional melody instead of using the popular ones, because they're all popular and they're all great music. Until we get there, though, just to give us some thoughts about what exactly we're saying when we recite the words of Havdalah. The word Havdalah means separation or division. And at first glance, when you read the words in the prayer, what are we dividing? Kodesh lechol, or lechoshech, Yisrael la'amin, Yom hashvi'i, l'sheshet yemei ha'ma'aseh. And at first glance, these look like two separate lists of the good on one side and the bad on the other. Kodesh and Chol. Holy, you would assume that's good, and Chol probably means profane, because that usually would be the opposite of holy. But it turns out Chol doesn't necessarily mean profane. It kind of means the rest of the week, the normal, the mundane, the routine. So it's not that Shabbat is holy and the rest of the week is unholy. In fact, there are lots of causes and potentials and opportunities for holiness during the rest of the week too. In fact, I'll take it a step further. There are certain mitzvot, commandments, that we can only do during the week. For example, tzedakah, what a wonderful mitzvah. We can't do that mitzvah on Shabbat because we're not supposed to handle money. So the only time we can do that mitzvah is during the week. Certainly we can't consider the rest of the week bad if it has the possibility of doing wonderful things. Let's turn to Or and Choshech, light and darkness. How could light be good and dark be bad if they're both part of nature? In fact, I would take it a step further. Unless you've experienced darkness, you can't appreciate light. So clearly, if it leads to an appreciation of light, it can't be bad. And then we come to Yisrael and the Amin, Jews and non-Jews. Would our tradition teach us that you can only be good if you're Jewish, and if you're not Jewish, that means you're automatically bad? Chas v'sholom. God forbid that our tradition would even come close to suggesting that. The truth is, we're all children of God. We all have special characteristics. We can all learn from each other, and we can all grow to be neighbors and brothers and sisters. That would be the ideal. You wouldn't do that if one was good and one was bad. And finally, of course, the more general conclusion of Yom HaShvi'i, the seventh day of the week, Shabbat, with the rest of the week, the 6 days of creation. Truth is, Shabbat couldn't be Shabbat if the whole week was Shabbat. We would never appreciate how Shabbat is different and special in our lives unless we had 6 normal regular days of the week. So my suggestion is that what we're really learning from these two lists of Havdalot, of separations, is not good and bad and not about opposites, but these are simply distinctions. They are different, not a question necessarily of better or worse. So with that, what's Havdalah really teaching us? What's the main thing we learn from the experience of going through these ceremonies of the candle and the wine and the spices and these mentionings of these various separations? Reminds us that the whole week provides us with the potential to go from one to the other, and we should take advantage of that potential. And as we go from Shabbat to Motzei Shabbat, the conclusion of Shabbat, all of us should learn from these words that there's potential and there's actual. Our challenge is to go from the one to the other. And the actuality that we want to create is a world that's just a little bit better a week from today than it was the week before today. So that's our blessing and our prayer for all of you. Let's now put together our ritual symbols of Havdalah. Hopefully at home you have your own candle, a cup of wine or grape juice, and or spices. Oops. candle, let's welcome Eliyahu Hanavi into our homes. Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishbi, Eliyahu, Eliyahu, Eliyahu Hagiladi, Bimera v'yameinu, Yavo Eleinu, Mashiach ben David, Mashiach ben David. Hine el Yeshuati avtach v'lo echad, Ki aziv zimrat Adonai v'ili Yeshua. Usha'avtem mayim b'sason mimaynei Yeshua, Adonai ha-Yeshua al amcha birchatecha sela, Adonai tzvaot imanu miskavlon Elohei Yaakov sela, Adonai tzvaot ashrei adam boteach bach, Adonai Hoshia melech yaneinu b'yom kareinu. V'yehudim b'yita ora v'simcha v'sason v'ikar k'eit yalanu, kos Yeshuot esa u'v'shem Adonai ekra savri. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech olam, borei pri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech olam, borei minei besamim.
Amen.
Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech olam, borei ma'orei ha'esh.
Amen.
Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech olam, hamavdil ben kodesh l'chol, ben or l'choshech, ben Yisrael la'amim, ben yom hashvi'i l'sheshet yemei ha'ma'aseh. Baruch ata Adonai, hamavdil ben kodesh l'chol.
Amen.
Shavuatov, 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 Shavuatov,
Shavuatov.
Shavuatov, Shavuatov, Shavuatov. And before you turn your machine off, let's count the Omer, which we do from Passover to Shavuot. The day that ended tonight was day 23, so we continue with the next number after that. Hineni mukhan zuman l'kayem mitzvat aseh shel svirata Omer, kemo shekatuv b'Torah, usfartem lachem mimacharat haShabbat, miyom haviachem et Omer ha'tenufa, sheva Shabbatot temimot tihiyena, ad mimacharat haShabbat hashvi'it tisperu 50 yom. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam,
Asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat ha'omer. Hayom arba'a ve'esrim yom shehem shlosha shavuot u'shlosha yamim la'omer.
Tonight begins the 24th day, making it 3 weeks and 3 days into the Omer. Have a wonderful 24th day of the Omer. Shavuot Tov, a beautiful and wonderful week.
Shavuot Tov.